Hey everyone, welcome to another week of the Inner RAE podcast. Today's episode is going to be about giving you permission to feel or do or think something that your brain is telling you is wrong. With that, I'm Katie and I'm so excited to be here with you all. You can probably tell by the sound of the frog in my throat that I am sick. I got COVID last week at a psychodrama training, and I have been down for the count the past few days. In fact, today I slept in until 2:30 p.m. Yep, I said it. I did it. I even went to bed at 10 p.m. last night. I don't even know how many hours that is. That's insane. And past few days, I've been sleeping. It's not like I haven't been sleeping well. I have been getting 10, 12 hours of sleep. Clearly, this body is needing some rest and rejuvenation. On today's episode, probably going to hear a lot of that, a lot of throat clearing, frog clearing, and you're only going to hear my voice. I'll apologize in advance. I'm a little bit sorry for that because Erin's not going to be here because she's also had a rough week. She had vertigo earlier in the week and then had a migraine for the past like 4 or 5 days, and she's moving through a lot. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to jump on here and I'm going to record a quick little permission slip for myself and for everybody listening. If I learned anything at the training, and I learned a lot, there's a lot I could go into, but I'm not going to. But if I learned anything that has stuck with me so much, it is how powerful and freakishly freeing it is to be seen in what you think is your mess. To be seen when you feel broken and flawed and wounded is so incredibly not only courageous, but just so liberating. And everything inside of me right now is telling me that jumping on here to record this podcast is wrong. My brain is telling me that this is not safe. You have nothing to say, hide away, but I'm doing it anyway. So, welcome to the raw, unfiltered permission slip, Coach Katie. So, with all of that, this episode is truly going to be a permission slip for you to come back to at any point in your life when you need it. It's a permission slip, an invitation from my heart to yours, from Erin's heart to yours, that you are allowed to be and feel however you are in this moment. If you want to take this the way that I would, get out a piece of paper and literally make yourself a permission slip and writing on the line what you need a permission slip for and do it. The reason this feels scary to me right now is showing up raw and unfiltered and messy and feeling a little bit broken and wounded and sick hasn't really ever been safe for me in my life. I had to carry this idea that things were perfect, and they aren't. It is so nice to be here today with you all, inviting you into this space where we can just embrace the mess together. I want this episode to be a permission slip, something you can come back to whenever you need. If you are struggling, if you are feeling or thinking something that you were told you shouldn't think or feel, I just want you to rest into that. And I want you to embrace the way that I am right now, showing up in that version of yourself to a safe place. If you don't have a safe person in your life that you can do this with, do it with yourself. You can take yourself on a walk to your favorite place, to your favorite restaurant, to your favorite coffee shop, and just allow yourself to be out if you don't have COVID, like me. Allow yourself to be out with people and allow nature and community and other hearts to hold you, even if it's just a smile. I think that you'll find that the more you let yourself be seen in the messy moments, the more you will start to hear your inner voice and hear the message that wants to come through in that mess. And that's what I am learning to embrace right now in this moment. So I'm going to give you a couple different examples of permission slips that are just rolling through me right now. One, you have permission to be angry. I've been struggling with that one my whole life. And I'm struggling with it right now even. I should maybe be a little bit angry that I've been locked up in a cave and can't go out in public and have COVID. But I've been like normal, being like, "Oh, I'm grateful." I even wrote a love letter to COVID last night. I was like, "You know what, COVID? You've been so demonized for being this dark, ominous virus. But you know what? I want to thank you. I want to thank you for giving me permission to rest, permission to love my body, permission to nourish all of my cells even deeper than I normally do." And I say all of that because I also want to give myself permission to be angry. So today, I grabbed a pillow, I grabbed a chair, and I started hitting the chair, just hitting it and allowed that anger to move through me. Whether you're angry at someone from your past or your present, you have permission to feel the anger. Suppressing it won't help you at all. You have permission to go grab a pillow and a chair and let it rip. Let your anger be free. Anger is normal and it is an extremely healthy emotion. So don't hold it inside. You also have permission to say no. N-O. That is a sentence. No. I struggle with that one too. I even struggled with it this morning when Erin and I were talking about doing a podcast. But I was like, nah, I can't record a podcast on this topic right now, but I can meet you guys in this unfiltered spot. So this is what you're getting. Saying no is not shameful. It's courageous if it's what you need right now. You have permission to say no. This one coming through. You also have permission to cry. This is something I have to remind myself of in the moments when those dams are up and my walls in my heart are up. Let your tears flow. Find that gentle place inside of you and let those tears land for yourself, for all the people in your life who maybe didn't have the time to cry or the space to cry or a soft heart to cry to. Be that for them and be that for you. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to meet you in those moments. So allow yourself to cry. Water is so transformative. And the more we allow ourselves to cry, the more we allow the beautiful alchemical process, emotional alchemical process to run its course and allow those emotions to be freed from our body. When emotions get stuck, they are what create disease, dis-ease. So allow those tears to flow. And I promise you'll feel better. You'll feel lighter. And you'll have the space to connect more deeply with yourself and with others. Oh, even just talking about that, I felt like I can feel and I can hear a softening in my voice. I hope that you can write yourself a permission slip to cry. You also have permission to sleep in and to take a nap. Listen to your body, people. Everybody listening, give it rest. Let it regenerate. Let the cares of the world go and go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free from all of the shackles of your goals, your lists, your desires, your dreams. Just let it go. Mm. Feel that silence. Rest in that. Soak in that silence. The more you give yourself space in that silence, the more it will come, the more ripples of peace will flow into your life. Let whatever you are forcing in your life die. Natural cycles include disease, death, decay. I should know. I'm in one of those cycles right now. So yeah, just give yourself permission to take a nap. Maybe give yourself permission to meditate. Sometimes I don't allow myself to go there because I feel busy, busy, busy. Right now, let's do it together. Oh, how fun. Everybody, right now who's listening, this is your permission slip to take a really luxurious deep breath with me. Ready? Breathe in for you know. nose, hold it at the top. Maybe take in a little bit more air. Hold it and let it go. You know what we're also going to do? This is what I do with my kid clients. I call it breathe in peace and release the beast. Same thing. We're going to breathe in through our nose, breathe in peace. Imagine all the air coming through your nose to be peaceful and warm and gentle and loving and healing. And then release the beast, release all the stress. Maybe you roar, maybe you want to pound, maybe you want to hit, let it go. It's so fun doing this with kids because they really let it rip. So let it roar. Another permission slip that is coming through right now, as you have permission to play, which is what I've just been doing in that breathe in peace, release beast. But also this whole episode, I'm just allowing myself to play through this because that's the only thing I can do right now, honestly, with how I feel. Another one that's coming through. You have permission to fail. I've already failed a couple times, it feels on this episode. Give yourself permission to fail because whatever you think is a failure is now being replaced by something better and more powerful. Give yourself permission to laugh, man. Oh, if you're feeling down, I'm not telling you to skip over that feeling of down. Sit in that and do whatever you need to do to feel and heal that. And also, sometimes if I'm hanging out in that dark cave for too long, they say 90 seconds is how fast it takes for an emotion to move through your body. Anything past that is just a story. Happens to me a lot. I'll get familiar with the story that's playing out. I'll write it out. I'll do some journaling, and then I will turn on highlights of The Office and give myself permission to laugh. I think I'm going to do that after this episode, actually, because I could use some good laughter, although I've had a little bit of that already in this episode, just laughing at myself. Hopefully you guys have been laughing along with me during this. Another piece of permission that's coming through. You have permission to ask for what you need and to take up space. That's a big one. That is a big one. You also have permission to ask for help. Another one that's coming through. If you need help, turn to someone. Let them know what you need help with and allow yourself to receive that support. I'm not going to lie. As I've been talking, my throat is getting sore. I'm getting tired. I have not an idea how long I've been on here yet. I could probably keep rolling, but I'm also listening to my body here, which is saying, hey, your throat is getting sore. Go make some tea. This is a long enough permission slip for everybody. So now it's your turn. I'm passing you the baton. Fill in that permission slip. What do you want permission to do? What have you been craving permission to do? Go grab yourself a piece of paper or a Post-it note and make one for yourself. And if you need some authority figure to give you that permission slip, quote unquote authority figure, just sign it, Coach Katie. I will sign off right now. I'm saying anything that you need to do, as long as it is helpful and not harmful to your heart and to the hearts around you, I sign off. And I give you permission to do what you need to do to come into right relationship with yourself, with the people around you, with your emotions. And I hope that this episode was a little bit of a hug for you. And I hope that you can come back here whenever you need it, if you're struggling, if you need permission to feel or to be held. With that, thank you for listening to another week of the Inner RAE podcast. And thank you for listening to me. My permission slip for myself. I know that I'll come back to this episode over and over and over again to listen to myself with my froggy voice, to remind myself that it is okay to be messy, because that is how we break out of our inner reluctance. We have to leave our safety zone and we have to move directly into our fears. And that is what I'm doing with you guys right now. I don't know if you can feel it. but I can feel it all throughout my body. I'm actually getting really hot and sweaty, not because I have a fever, but because I can actually feel the fear leaving my body. I am showing up in this mess and I am showing up authentically me in this moment, COVID and all, sick and all, in sickness and in health, as long as we both shall live. Love you all. Have a great week and write yourself a permission slip and sign it from me and from yourself. All right. Love you all. Bye bye.